One, two, three, audio testing. One, two, three, audio testing. Welcome, everybody. Today is April 15th, 2021. Today is our conversation presentation class. Each student will talk about a topic for about 8 to 10 minutes. Today, Diego Cartagena told me that he will send me a pre-recorded topic, a pre-recorded presentation later, okay? And Gabriel Genesis just sent me a message in which he indicates that he is working. As we know, he's a doctor, he's a nurse, he's a doctor, and he's also a co-host for a TV show. So he's now working on his TV show program. So he will send me his pre-recorded topic, and I will play Diego's and Gabriel's presentation on Tuesday. For the moment, let's play Mayra's Choque's presentation, which she decided to send me a YouTube video. And yes, it is her explaining about a very interesting topic. Then we will go with, we will listen to Mayra's presentations, Gabriela's presentation, okay? And I believe her presentation deals with Cochabamba, maybe some political, maybe some personal lifestyle job that she has. So let's wait and see what Gabriela will talk about in her pre-recorded presentation. For the moment, let's begin with Mayra Choque.
Good afternoon, Mr. Zulueta. In this presentation, I will talk about software development methodology. What is software development methodology? Software development methodology is a process or series of processes used in software development. It is designed to describe the whole of the life cycle of a part of the software. It is also codified communication. It establishes a set of rules between a group of people that say this is how you are going to work, and this is how you are going to pass information between each other in certain ways. For example, documentation and meetings. There are many different types of software development methodologies in use today. The principal types are Agile, Scrum, Kanban, Waterfall, Lean Startup. In this presentation, I will talk about Agile, Scrum, and Kanban. Agile is a flexible software development methodology, which includes a large number of various iterations. In the development process, the customers can observe the results and understand whether it satisfies him or not after each iteration. A working product is the main evaluation of process. The important thing isn't the tools, the solution, or the productivity. The important thing is the fact that all the planned options are implemented. The agile methodology requires the developer to start with the simple design of the project. Developers start with the development of small modules. Each module has a target for weekly or monthly completion. After completion of each module, the client evaluates the work. Developers receive beta feedback, and in addition, bugs in the code are also analyzed and corrected. The following image shows different phases of the agile methodology. First, evaluation of process and current structure of the company. Mapping This includes mapping processes to determine the starting point and the actual state. Second, suggestion for improvement and process optimization. Optimize a process with the right combination of technologies. Third, phase, application design together with the client. In this phase, we choose technologies and review options with the client. The client is part of the project from the very beginning and feedback is vital. Fourth, application construction and implementation. Weekly delivery of developments for the end user to operate and request for change. It is ideal that the end user is part of the process of development and testing. The last phase, evaluation and monitoring, this determine KPIs, reports, and other metrics per user in order to monitor that the process is working as agreed. Advantage: the bugs found are fixed in time. It is very dynamic and works best to provide the best user requirements. This approach can easily manage feedbacks in time. Disadvantage: being very flexible, the results can be very different from what was initially intended. The next methodology is Scrum. Scrum is a most used flexible project management methodology based on the division of the workflow into equal sprints, usually periods from a week to a month, depending on the project and the team composition. The tasks for this sprint are set before the sprint. At the end, the results are discussed and the team starts a new sprint. This way, execution control is more flexible. Developers respond to emerging problems quicker. Traditional planning takes a second place. Its place is occupied by the sprint backlog. In the Scrum methodology, the starting document is the product backlog, um, a list of wishes for results. It is organized by importance and sometimes by complexity. During the project execution period, the Scrum team can modify the product backlog. In this following image, show the different phase of the Scrum methodology. First, the product backlog is realized with the help of the product owner. Then the team performs the sprint planning meeting. The result is the sprint backlog. Finally, the team begins the development process. Advantage: Removing mistakes and rectifying them considerably easy with Scrum methodology. Easy visibility of all stages of the process throughout its development. Fast results and simple testing procedures of better work output and quality. Scrum methodology incorporates daily meetings, which helps in identifying problems and resolving them in time. Disadvantage: if a member of the team leaves the process during development, it, it has a negative impact on the project development. It is best suited for small teams that have a strong cohesion and understanding. Requires a group of experienced people to perform the task. Finally, Kanban. Kanban, similar to the Scrum described above, Kanban is one of the possible ways to apply a flexible software development methodology. Its task is to balance the different specialists of the team and efficient distribution of work between them. The business process isn't divided to universal sprints, but into the stage of performing a specific task: planned, developed, test, completed. The Kanban focus was designed to help use the available resource in the most efficient way. Quickly find the problems that emerge and solve them in a short time. Kanban is less strict than the Scrum software development methodology. Sprint time isn't limited. There aren't roles except for the product owner. In the following image, you can see the Kanban board, which formed to is formed by to do, in process, and done. Advantage: Kanban is a very simple and easy to understand approach, which makes it practical for a company's management to apply effectively. It isn't necessary to be an expert to work with the Kanban approach. Kanban allows for maximum adaptability, which is incredible for larger enterprises that require continued change. Kanban advances collaboration and makes the overall team work together to transmit the ideal result. Disadvantage: Kanban isn't a methodology that can be connected independently, or maybe it can be combined with other ways and frameworks. There aren't timelines associated with each phase. Finally, the following image shows the difference between Kanban and Scrum. In Kanban, roles are fluid, project manager optional. In Scrum, roles are predefined, Scrum Master required. In Kanban, the tasks are shared by everyone. In Scrum, the tasks have assigned owners. In Kanban, change can be made mainstream, allowing for iteration before completion of a project. In Scrum, change can only be made upon completion of a sprint. In Kanban, productivity is measured by the cycle time of the complete project. In Scrum, productivity is measured by the number of story points completed in each sprint. And that's all. Thank you. Good afternoon.
Okay, so talking about Mayra's feedback, really interesting topic, software development methodology. So we come up with some phonetical aspects such as the following words, vocabulary. The pronunciation would be, the correct pronunciation would be advantages, advantages. I noticed that Maida had some issues trying to pronounce this word, but advantages, advantages. Also the regular verb occupied, occupied, occupied. And then there was another verb, but realize, realize. So it's all about pronunciation, realize. Okay, so those are three verbs that I noticed needed to be corrected. So, my dear Maida, she has this type of presentations in which she pre-records herself. She makes very interesting, interactive, and creative presentation on YouTube. So she also started by giving her introduction. Then there was a development and a conclusion. So those are the other only aspects that I want to mark for Maida. So that was her presentation. Now we are going to continue with Gabriela's presentation, which is about a new tendency. Perhaps we can call it a new project, a project in which she will concentrate on food, mainly on fruits and vegetables. Okay, so if I can guess, I think this is aiming towards how to improve the quality of certain food items, and how can this project help not only the markets, but also the non-profit organizations that can gain certain contributions from this type of corporations, who sometimes, since they have a high quality control over the food items, they will not allow raw fruits or apples that do not look as perfect as they should. So in order to not throw, then that's when the non-profit organizations or Gabriela's project will come in handy. So let me play that, and that would be our last presentation.
For Wednesday, but I couldn't. I chose just a topic about upcycled foods, um, because we are preparing a project with the government of our city, with the new government of Cochabamba, because we need a support
this idea is not new, but in my country, we don't have any factory to who use food that you food rescue food. We don't have any factory who use rescue food or food that was considered garbage. For example, if we when we don't want to buy some apple in a supermarket or in a food stores, and we leave the fruit, and we are seeing a lot of we want that our fruits and vegetables, all of our food, we want to be perfect, but sometimes the fruits and some vegetables have a little problem with the color, maybe the size, or sometimes the um, any part have ha, has a little has something bad, a little problem. And we want to take this definition for the country is for my country is new, but for example in United States they have upcycled food association. They have some factories of upcycled foods doing new products from upcycled food, and it's a innovation for this country, and we are, and that's the reason that we are doing this project, because we need some support from the government, national and the government of our city too. We rescue a lot of food, and we want to do new products. For example, some sauces. We want to do jams, juices, and cheese cheese from potatoes, and from cheese from broccoli too. We want to do we want to use a banana. We in Cochabamba, the production of banana is bigger than other cities in Bolivia, and we want to use we rescue about we rescue 6 tons of banana every week. and we want to do juice. Um, to use more banana, and we can rescue more banana. Far from now we the support of the factory is new for us, and meanwhile we until today or yesterday we we are carrying this banana for to people who needs and live far from city. We need to travel 45 minutes or sometimes 50 minutes or an hour, and we distribute the 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 banana in between the people who lives there. But we can't to use all. Today banana it's okay, but tomorrow or um, for Saturday the banana is black. Only the shell, but the people they don't want that banana. And now we can use these bananas in juices. Uh, barbecue sauce uh, from banana and tomato. Um, some another snacks too. We want to work that in that. For example, in United States, they have a factory who produce beer from bread that the people couldn't sell. Um, cheese, the that is we want to get, or we want to do that recipe, cheese from broccoli, and we know how to do cheese from potato. We want to do uh, both of them. And now we we want to show our we want to show our project, and we need to have, and we want to have a factory, or a big factory in 2 or 3 years.
Okay, so that was Gabriela's presentation on how to save, how not to save, not to throw raw food, raw vegetables, or raw fruits or vegetables. Um, this 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 plan aims towards the complete use of these type of food items. Okay, that way everything will be used and not thrown away. So this is actually interesting. Okay, in this new era, in these times of poverty in certain areas of the world, I don't think that throwing food away is actually positive. So this plan, I hope this plan will continue, and along the way that it develops more food items such as with other vegetables. So I have some notes here that, for example, she can use or replace bad food or bad or discolored fruit or vegetables. Well, you can just say raw food, okay, podrido, raw, okay. También se entiende como no cocinado crudo. So I have to check that out too, but no worry. To distribute the food among the people, not between the people, among would be better, my dear Gabriela. And when you come up with a phrase, for example, we are thinking or we are working on, okay? I recommend you not to use it with for example, you mentioned we are thinking to do, we are working to get. I recommend you the following phrases: we are thinking on doing, or we are working on getting. Okay, so we can also learn that in our future class. But other than that, it was interesting. And well, I do agree that food should not be thrown away just because there is a small mark, okay, a little mark. So thank God companies, corporations are working with non-profit private organizations to come up with these ideas of making new products, okay, that will eventually will not be thrown away. So that should be all for today's class, and this was Gabriela's second presentation. This presentation belongs to Tuesday. So today is Thursday. She just sent me a message that she's having some problems at her job, but no big deal. I told her that she can send it to me as I always told Gabriel and Daniel. Okay, so they are going to send me their Thursday presentation this weekend, and I can play it. I will play it on Tuesday, which is our next presentation class. So Diego, Gabriela, and Gabriel, they still owe me today's presentation, but that's no big deal. Okay, so Thursday. Okay, with that being said, our class has concluded. This is the end of today's presentation, and I am looking forward to seeing you tomorrow in our Pearson platform class. Thank you very much.